Nad kým mám zase vynést rozsudek? Jinak Boris jde znamená jako...
We'll see. Not much better than the road, you ask me.
If no one else.
Jinak Boris jde znamená panovat vítom šedý série na hru Dragon Age, Inquisition. Abych ráda věděla, nad kým mám vynést rozsudek. Tentokrát.
Mayor Gregory Dedrick of Crestwood is present for betraying his own constituents. He confesses that, 10 years ago, he flooded Old Crestwood to kill refugees and villagers touched by the Blight. The mayor claims it was to spare the rest of Crestwood, but we only have his word.
If the mayor has anything to say in his defense, let him speak.
There's no cure for the blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
So you herded the infected into one place and flooded Old Crestwood? Were no innocents caught in the waters?
Nearly everyone in the village had the blight. I swear it. Have mercy. I couldn't tell the survivors I'd drowned their own families to save them. I couldn't.
You committed murder on Ferelden's soil. Let them deal with your punishment. Send him to Denerim. He can live the rest of his life behind their bars.
In prison? Maker. I should have drowned with them.
Ještě někoho mám soudit? Ne, dobrý. Už nikoho nemusím soudit, to dobrý. Ještě jednou půjdem... Tak, půjdem za Josie, ano, jestli nemá nějaké ty zase vrtochy na nás.
It's good to see you.
Aha.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hej, oblíbené, goodbye. Goodbye, vždycky přijdou, goodbye. Tak co máme tady? Tady jsem ještě nebyla asi. Co tu? Ty vole. Jo, tady bude pak ta. Tady kdo? Jo! Helisma. Již tu jich je. Ty vole. A co je pak? Nechci mluvit, já chci mluvit jedním. Hej, počkej, můžu to přeskočit? Jo. Au.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire.
Já chci Morrigan, ale. Olala. Musí najít. Morrigan. Tady máme Blackwalla a potřebuju Morrigan. Morrigan! Kde pak jsi? Nebo kde je ten do prdele, ten tvůj klučina aspoň? Teď takový spoiler trošku, který vím, ale jinak nevím vůbec nic z toho. Ježišmarja. La 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 la. Jež, já jsem zase nevyznám, ty vole, to je strašný fakt. Já bych se asi měla vyznat úplně ve všem, ale já tady se nevyznám ani v hovnu.
First, a full wheel of anti-human snort cheese.
Pa 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 da pa. Ty vole, co to tu je? To je jako tady taková nějaká... Ukáž? Juj, ty vole, taká stará knihovnice tady. Juj, to nevím, že tu je. Ty vole. Juj, knížka. Zavřít, výborně. Mám nějaké kodexy tady odemčené, ale že bych jako našla Morrigan, to ne, co? Teď budu normálně běhat. Aspoň poznáme. Oh! Aha, tak takhle se dá dostat ještě k Josie. Super. A už to víme, hehe. Co tady? Podzemní kovárna. Ty vole, jsem nechtěla do podzemní kovárny.
Inquisitor?
The Arcanist has arrived.
Well, don't just stand there slack-jawed. Let's figure out.
Na to teď nemám čas, ale děkuju. Aspoň jsem splnila vítejte v nebetvrzi. Ale nechtěla jsem s nima moc kecat. No. Já počkat, se musím podívat, kde máme Kassandru. Cool Morrigan. Jsem ji našla, pozor lidi. Já už jsem ji našla. Takže teď tam musím jenom zajít. Jdu správně. Ne na tom straně, tady na té. Ulala, tady, někde. Au. A... Tak tam dole asi nebude. Ty vole, jestli tu ten nebetvrz vůbec nepamatuju, to je strašný, ty. Ale jo! Teda byla tam už není.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
I think you'd make an excellent divine.
Truly? I never look good in hats. Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
So this is your new crusade?
I've agreed to nothing yet.
And if the Chantry calls on you?
Then I will do whatever I can, for as long as I can. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Jo, to je naše priorita. Jo, tak, teďka vlezu tady hore. Podívám se, kde kdo je. Budu skákat radosti, až zjistím, že tu někdo někde je. Hok... Strout? To tu nepotřebuju. Ale Morrigan, dámy a pánové. Já to nevím, kde je. On je tu někde. No dobré. Dobré, tak já půjdu po střechách, kámo. Jdu skákat na střechy, já si jdu hrát na Assassin's Creed. Dragon Age. No. No, protože já to tam nepřejdu, takže já budu muset vždycky vylézt a pak hopsnout takhle na střechu. Ulala.
Fertile ground, even here. This hold has everything.
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was a mage.
If you can sense magic, don't ever become a Templar.
I don't think Mother would like that much.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
I was just saying hello, Mother.
And now you are returning to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad, perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. He has done well. His father has every reason to be proud. To think, until recently, this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tara Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Víte, kdo je jeho otec, jo? Jeho otec by na něho byl pyšný, Morrigan, jo. Ano, byl. Všichni víme, že jeho otec je hrdina Fereldenů. Ten měl Lilianu, on to udělal jenom proto, aby se zachránil. Tak, za kým jdu? Za nikým. Dobrý. Dát si, co? Tady toto, za blbečka zase.
Honored, Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhald. Did my part on the walls, and now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Do you have any insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Dobré, tak. No, jdeme dál. Jdeme teda k válečnému stolu. Takže, počkej, zeptáme se Josie Morrigan, vole. To mě zase zajímá.
A pleasure.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently...
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Co naši mágové? Dorian! Dorian.
You must...
Who hasn't? The man could cause a scene standing quietly in the center of an empty room. Still, I do believe he has your best interest at heart, for all that he delights in mocking them from time to time.
I was thinking of Varric.
Oh, I could listen to his tales for hours. He actually let me read a chapter of his next book he's writing. My friends would be sick with envy if they knew. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Let's speak later.
To bylo fajn, kdyby mu řekla, že to... Tak, dobrý. A my jedeme někam do Řitě. Já nevím teďka, co mám dělat, takže jdu někam prostě do prdela. Já se podívám, co mám dělat dál na cestě k doing. Západní pláně. Jo, takže mám procestovat západní pláně, ani se ještě nechce. V západních pláních se mi ještě nechce. Půjdu jinam trošku. Krapítek jinam. Tak. Jelikož mají 2 hlášení, tak já se jich hned poslechnu. A už to máme. Tak.
Any news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things? No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
Tady jenom mluvila celou dobu. Jsme pane svůj živoměnu za tím tvým nepřátel. Svědek Golden, no výborně. 57, 48,
At your service.
A 45. Jo, odkloňte je.
To work?
Tak. A já si myslím, že máme...
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Běž, Lariano.
Let's see what we have.
Ha. A tak dobrá, teďka jdu do... Tady zpět, podíváme se, jestli nic nemáme ve Fereldenu ještě. Dokončeno. Že bychom šli do těch zatracených. Jo, asi půjdeme vyslechnout Enzas Antivy. Dobře, pak se na to podíváme. Tak, jo, to si uděláme, počkej. Tak, cestujeme později. Ještě chci něco udělat. Připravené vleci k válečnému stolu pro odměnu? No to už jsme měli, ne? Ladies and gentlemen, co pak tu máme? Přítel prohledejte. Co tu máme? Josefínin posel byl zabit. To je pěkný, já potřebuju se podívat ale víc nahoru. Cestuju. Budu cestovat na zvolené místo, jinak Buenos Dias, dámy a pánové, já vás vítám u dnešní série na hru Dragon Age. Inquisition. Dneska mám výjimečně k hraní Ice Choco od Pochvaldu, je to německé, je to z Kauflandu. Mám to ráda, ale hrozně moc, mi to chutná. Jsem úplně zamilovaná do tady toho. Musím počkat asi. Jo, dobrý. Ty vole, mám to na hlase jak debílek, no dobré. Aspoň všechno slyším. Já potřebuji někde nahoru se dostat. Budu tady napsat jak debil, kámo. Počkej, já se někde dostat vůbec nahoru? Že já potřebuji najít přítele rudé ženy. Tady, pojď. Dobře, a od toho se lze dostat sem. Nějak. Má nebo? Kudy má do prdele? Já se tu v tom vůbec nevyznám, lidi, jo? Jak víte. To je pěkné! Co to je? Že by mi to tak jako... Prodej nákup, já můžu něco nakupovat? Já můžu... Nemají nic. A to nevadí. Já jsem Patron umění. Jo, bude se mě mecenáš.
What do you think of the Inquisition now? Their fortunes have certainly changed.
It's still very dangerous to send wagons all the way to Skyhold.
Celine has offered incentives for any merchant willing to make the trip.
Really? I never heard that.
Jo, taky ne. Slyším poprvé. Dobrý. Tady je dobré si to takhle pozbírat příjemně. Schodiště je tam, o něm vím, ale tam se prostě nedostanu nahoru. Ráda bych prohlédla ten zbytek tam, ale já prostě nevím, kudy se tam dostat, takže... Ulala. Aspoň si přešlu, co tu máme. Byla další píseň? Ale prosím vás. Le pommier firmo.
It is quite simple. I have committed everything to the Inquisition.
To jsme něco už prozkoumávali. Upřímně já nevím, kam jinam mít, ale tady můžete vidět celé Valhojo. To Valhojo je takové malinké, no, to je takové jakože... Ne, fakt tady prostě nejsou schody. A já nejsem schopna to prostě najít. Takže já jdu za Josie. Třeba najdu schodiště. Takže já jdu za Josie rovnou a...
As blind as you.
Maybe she's a shapeshifter. I understand what...
Počkej. Já jsem debil, vole. Úplný kripl, vole. A počkej, teď kde je to? Tady. Tak, musíme se dostat na místo setkání. Ale dřív než to udělám... Tak jdu za Josefín. Nesil? Dobře, tak ne. Josie! To přijde čekat, ty vole. Haha.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
Vole, a já nevím, jak tam se s tou hůlkou, vole, mohl aspoň odložit, ne?
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montily's servants must weigh heavily on you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
They're not just after your messengers, Josephine. They'll try for you, too.
I am afraid so, yes.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
Mně se vždycky líbí ještě, jak si ta scéna jede sama se sebou a... Dobré. Takže jste si zatím přečetli? Super.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montilier's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
The House of Repose has some nerve sending a killer to greet us.
Hardly anyone in the League isn't trained for this, Inquisitor. The contract on Lady Montilier's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Go, then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
To bylo docela zajímavé. To bylo velmi zajímavé. Velmi, velmi zajímavé. Tak, mám si teda promluvit s Josie. Black Wolf. Black Wolf. Ulala. Tady to vypadá fakt hezky, tyjo. Coin for the ferryman. Oh my god, teď jsme máme koho soudit. Josie, potřebuji s tebou mluvit.
What did the seeker say? Lady Cassandra feels her connections with the Navarran court wouldn't be of use, my lady. Of course she does. I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last two paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Leliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
Give me some time to think this over.
I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparaquets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Tak, volitelné. Vyšlete Lelianiny zabijáky. Leliana má hlášení, takže já udělám jenom tady tohle a letím dál. To bude dobrý, tak. Ne, počkej. Jenom se tady vyzvednu, co tady máme. Přijmout hlášení a... Přijmout hlášení. Zprávy o aktivitách splozenců. Lelianu tam bohužel podoslat nemůžeme.
The city has agreed to send us 6 guardsmen.
Not raw recruits. With luck, they'll know which end to grip a sword by.
Tak počkej, musíme Lelianu poslat do Krapedinam, do Orle. Vyslat své zvěry, aby nalezli smlouvu na život Josefu. Fyzicky zničená bude mít bratrstvo ještě odpočinku, dobu posílat zabijek, aby ukončili. Myslím, že vyžaduje čas a pravděpodobně také několik obětí na životě.
Let's see what we have.
A přemoda tam stojí lidi, to je tak... To je tak debilní prostě. Tak, přišel nám dopis od Leliany. Poněkud nechtěné dědictví. Setkejte se s Josin ve Valchoju. No, tak tam je dá teď koším, já už to vidím, ty vole. Ne, nechci se s ní potkat, fakt ne, kámo. Já tam nejdu bojovat. Jsme to posrali, krapet. A to nevadí. To by se radši ponesu. Ale bude se jí líbit, že Leliana našla něco dalšího. To se jí bude líbit. Doufejme. Tak, Josie měli zabít. Par excellence. Kdo mě zabít, vole? Kde jí máme? Stojí tu a čumí na vodu.
I read Liliana's report. Her people infiltrated the League of Assassins targeting you. The contract on your life has been destroyed. You should be safe now.
And thus we outwit the House of Repose.
It's an unpleasant business, but you're safe now.
I've no doubt that the guild was staffed by vicious men and women, Inquisitor. It's simply... Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
You were a singer?
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
What made you interested in becoming a bard?
I was attending a university in Valroyo when I learned about bards. There was such an air of romance about them. Stories of secrets, trysts, and fascinating people. A group of us, young gentry from Antiva, decided this exciting life was for us.
I don't imagine many firstborn heirs join those ranks.
No, I was a rather foolish exception. During one particular intrigue, I encountered a bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard drew a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
I don't see the fault. You survived, as did your patron.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together. If I'd stopped to reason, if I'd used my voice instead of scuffling like a common thug, I'll always wonder who that young man would have grown into.
He seemed willing enough to murder you for the game.
Perhaps. I feel I'm the last to judge whether or not he would have actually used the blade. In all the commotion... forgive me, I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Such a gracious woman deserves nothing less.
Such talk. I'm quite overcome.
Should I stop?
Oh, no. I mean, yes. I meant no, I don't... Well, if you meant to draw a blush to my cheeks, you've completely succeeded. Let's return to Skyhold before anyone notices.
Dobrý, a já si mu dám jinou hůlku, protože... Archivářová. Jo. Tuhle budu teď použít, počkej, já si podívám teďka jenom, co tu máme. No tam archivářová hůla aspoň nevypadá tak dementně. Movranův příjezd, co to prodává, co? Aha. Tak, jdeme se vrátit do nebe tvrze. Rypec. Šedí strážci. Dobrý, jdeme. Tak, mykneme se, co máme u válečného stolu, pokud nám někdo přinesl zprávu. A je aktivní, pak se jak jenom mrknu. Miluju. A pak se budeme do nějaké další té.
He spent his life in the circle. Perhaps a tailored coat from Valroyo? He can't wear armor all the time.
He will appreciate the gesture, Lady Ambassador.
That's a polite way of saying he wouldn't like it, isn't it?
Josie?
Leliana wished to speak with you, Inquisitor. It seemed rather urgent. Yes?
Let's speak later.
Another time.
Leliana. To vím, co znamená. A když je to do prdele urgentní ještě do toho, tak jo. Počkej, tu jsou, ne? Dorian. Souhlas, Leliana. Já se potřebuji co nejrychleji k ním dostat. Ale šla jsem správnýma dveřma. Leliano, proč si potřebuješ tak nutně mluvit?
I'm sorry.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
You look out for your people. That's a good thing.
Is it? My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We are better than Corypheus.
O, Leliana, tam mám nějaký papírek. Vrabčák. Leliano?
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. There is, after all, no shortage of vultures circling the sunburst throne.
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Dobře, co pro nás ještě máš, Leliano?
Inquisitor,
konečně.
May I have a word? I notice you've paid Lady Montilier quite a number of compliments.
You found me out, Spymaster.
An entanglement with our ambassador seems most unwise. I asked Josephine to join the Inquisition because we needed a diplomat, not so she could be toyed with.
I enjoy being with Josephine. I'm not trying to break her heart.
Then I would be more cautious. Josephine's no stranger to courtly intrigue. But love? There she's an innocent. She has no idea you are truly attracted to her. If indeed you are.
What do you have against the idea of me being attracted to Josephine?
I have not known you long, Inquisitor. Neither has Josephine. Her heart is easily carried away. I want to be sure it's taken by someone who truly cares. So, if you feel anything towards Josephine, I want to know.
Yes, I'm very attracted to Josephine.
Is that so? Whatever is between you, I ask that you treat her with kindness. For her sake, as well as yours.
Whatever happens, I'm glad to see Josephine has a concerned friend here.
I have so few true friends these days. Those that are left I deeply cherish. I will not trouble you any further, but I do watch over my friends. Good day, your worship.
Ano, přesně tohle jsem čekala na lůžci, jenom vidíte. Tak, tak jsme dolů.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
Teď to myslím zase, musíme vyběhnout hore. Krapet. Doriane. Nebo, jo, tady takhle. Aha. Tak. Ty už si umí poradit. Tak jo, teď nastane ta dobrá moje oblíbená momentka.
Sister Liliana says the guests are on their way. The last inheritances are discovered, and taupe is not a spring color.
Good. Tell her we've prepared their best stateroom. The inheritors will be contacted, and yes, it absolutely is.
Well, Liliana just gave me quite the speech.
What about?
About us.
Oh, she is impossible. Might we discuss this somewhere more private? Liliana said I was an innocent in love?
More or less.
Of all the... I'm quite capable of understanding our association. I've never thought your intentions were overly romantic, Inquisitor. I assure you.
Would my attentions be unwelcome if they were romantic?
What? Oh, no. That is... We've only just... I didn't wish to presume you harbored any tender feelings for me.
I won't deny a certain captivation, Josephine.
But we haven't even known each other a few short months. How can you declare this liking for me after such a brief time together?
You've intelligence, elegance, and I always delight in your company. It seems most natural to want to be close to you.
I would not object to a closer relationship between us, my lord. If that sounds agreeable to you.
I'm actually quite glad Liliana prompted this talk.
I suppose she was right after all. Please don't tell her I said that.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Válečnice. Mám přímo pod sebou. Dá se tu vyskočit? Ježíš, to bych já jsem neodskočila, že? Bych spadla někdo do prdele. Dobrý, jdeme do válečného sálu. Můžeš i rychle cestovat po Skyholdu, já. Nebudu to dělat. Po nebetvrze, tak bych to správně nazvala. Tak, super. Ještě něco?
How are you, my lord?
I'm courting the most beautiful woman in the entire castle. That helps a great deal.
Oh my, you flatter me much too much.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Dobré, nešli jsme to. Pojďme se promluvit později. Jestli o nás lidé mluví, ať si o nás mluví, mě to je jedno. Důležité je, že ji máme, ať můžeme dál příběhu jinde. Tak, kolik máme kartiček? My máme perek Inquisice. Politiky, retoriky, mistru těchto oborů, zkušenost za každou nově otevřenou položku v kodexu. Ne? Co je toto? Přátelé na vysokých místech. Ale. Koho máme? Promiňte. Já si vás hned svalím zpátky, ale mi to prostě nefungovalo. Tady máme všechny. Jak tam ještě bude? Ještě má 23 minut na to holka. Tak, co tady? Investigative Frozen Dungeon. Aurelia, mám tu něco? Já chci podívat.
Have you heard anything? Not yet. I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Dokončeno. To je zvědové. Já mám všechno dokončeno, mě to tak sere. Jsme nasraná, ty vole. Výrozkou přijmout hlavní, odcestovat, s kým chci jít, s Dorianem, kamarádičkem, mým Cassandrou samozřejmě a mým oblíbeným Varikem. Jedem. Tady se připravte, že tady to bude celé komplet v angličtině, jo, že?
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Allow me to introduce Professor Bram Kenrick. He's the reason we're out here.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Worship.
Professor Kenrick teaches at the University of Orlais.
I came on an exchange program from Starkhaven. While in Val Royeaux, I've found something incredible. After 800 years, we may be able to determine the final resting place of the last Inquisitor.
The texts say that Inquisitor Ameridan was a dragon hunter who vanished on his last expedition.
Yes, precisely. I see you've read Lautrec's Precursors to the Chantry. Inquisitor Ameridan stepped down shortly before the Nevarran Accord brought the Seekers of Truth into the Chantry. He hunted demons, dragons, and dangerous apostates in a time before Templars even existed.
I'm all for history if it means tracking down the equipment of a famous demon hunter.
If the last Inquisitor has been missing for 800 years, it's only fitting that today's Inquisition helped find him.
Your scouts have gathered artifacts from the area. They may help us discover what Inquisitor Ameridan was doing.
I have news as well. We've encountered hostile Avar to the north. They call themselves the Jaws of Hakon. There's also an Avar hold to the east. Unlike the Jaws of Hakon, they've been friendly so far.
The Jaws of Hakon?
They're hostile Avar who attack any Inquisition agents or researchers who get close. We've sent soldiers for defense, but the Hakonites are cunning, merciless, and know the basin better than we do. I'm afraid our men will not be able to hold out long.
I thought we could catch up.
Of course.
We'll continue this another time.
Goodbye then.
You've heard about Jace.
Dámy a pánové, já to tady pro dnešek tipnu. Děkuji moc za každý odběr, like, zhlédnutí a uvidíme se v další části na hru Dragon Age Inquisition. Tak zatím adios, amigos.